Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Waiting in the Dark, a Japanese movie from 2006 that stars Rena Tanaka and Wilson Chen. So a young woman named Michiru, played by Rena Tanaka, has recently lost her eyesight, and suffering even more, her father passes away soon after that. Now, all alone in her house, she spends most of her day just isolated and just hanging out. But one day, a young man, played by Wilson Chen, waits across the street from her house as the train approaches the stop. He sees her in the window, and then he enters her home and begins to live there without her knowledge. And that's all I'm going to say regarding the plot. Now, this plot synopsis sounds like a horror movie, or perhaps a really intense thriller, but Waiting in the Dark does subvert expectations by providing something that's a little bit different. Yes, there are some moments of suspense in this film, but the mood is much quieter and softer than you might expect. The film can best be described as like a hybrid between art house and commercial cinema, and it uses a pretty slow tempo as it showcases the everyday lives of the main characters. And this is a very character-driven story. And, the difficulties and plights of this blind girl, our main protagonist, are pretty compelling to watch because of how they're presented. So, for example, her mother just kind of left the family and she yearns to reunite with her mother, especially after her father passes away. And those scenes are played out through almost like projected images in her mind of what she, I guess, dreamed her mother would actually look like, what she would be wearing, even in particular situations where the clothing of the event would be something different. And, you'll have to see the film to know what I'm talking about there, but it's pretty cool scenes. In like manner, she has a fear of venturing outside of her house because of her blindness, and she's scared of getting hurt or something happening to her. And that fear of the outside world is very nicely portrayed through similar means, like certain visuals that she thinks about in her mind. Now, this woman has her own flaws, for sure. She tends to kind of give up on things that require a lot of effort, but her situation gains a lot of sympathy, and it's very easy to root for her and kind of get over her obstacles in her life. And I think this is probably Rena Tanaka's single best performance in her whole career. I'm not going to say that much about Wilson Chen's character, the guy who breaks into her house, because that would result in some spoilers, but I'll just say it was also nicely handled. So this is a very nicely crafted character piece. Now the script is structured in such a way that, apparently insignificant events become more important as the film progresses, so that provides for some very clever plot developments. There's one notable series of images that are related to a train station sequence, like something happens at the little train stop across the way from her house, and it's a very important event, and it occurs, it's shown in little pieces throughout the whole movie. And what makes it neat is that this event is shown from different camera angles, different perspectives, and it gives the viewer one little piece of the puzzle at a time every time it shows up throughout the film. And you're kind of wondering, what happened at this train station scene. And near the end of the movie, it shows you, and it's pretty cool. I really liked it. It's probably like the set piece, so to speak, of the film. Another thing I really enjoyed about Waiting in the Dark is that it's nicely shot. The camera work captures sunlight in very striking ways. And I'm sure the filmmakers must have specifically chosen this emphasis on sunlight as like a contrast to the darkness that our blind protagonist experiences. And it works visually. There's one moment where she's standing by her front door, kind of trying to venture out into the world. And the camera just kind of slowly moves behind her, and you can see the sunlight shining through. It's a really cool shot. I might use it for the thumbnail, actually, for the review. But the movie, it's just everything's just good in this movie. The one thing I would warn you about, the runtime is over 2 hours. And like I said previously, this is slow paced. All right, so you might have to be in a certain type of mood to really get into it, but this is such a good movie, like front to back. I'm strongly recommending it. And it is currently available on YouTube for free, so you could probably just check it right out on YouTube. It's one that it's another one that kind of flies under the radar, and I saw it on YouTube just the other week, and I'm like, I gotta review this one and tell more people about it. So check it out and let me know what you think. And as always, I'll see you next time.